Good morning and welcome to a special edition of WHITT Sessions. What is WHITT Sessions? I'm so glad you asked. WHITT Sessions is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. But my guest is not a surprise for the simple fact that she has been with the WHITT family for 5 years. Everybody, please join me in welcoming my colleague, client, and friend, owner of Atled Financial LLC, Delta Jones Walker.
Thank you.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, what's going on?
It's been a month of Sundays.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And I know we have our masks. I'm just showing everybody because I always do that disclaimer that when I'm doing my interviews, I socially distance. However, I wanted so I can be heard with the questions, but that we have our protection and we are spread across. So before you get started with all this great information about pandemic positives in our financial lives, go ahead and do your disclaimer because I like to follow the rules.
Okay. Securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, Inc., member of FINRA as well as SIPC. Insurance services offered through Atled Financial Group at 717B Main Street in Schererville, Indiana, 46375, which is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
There we go.
All right.
So we are in Schererville, Indiana, and may I just say, you are looking so summery, refreshed, and beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We were both saying, Amber and I, when we walked in, we were like, look at Delta. Look at Delta. So that made me all the more excited to have our conversation today. You know, last month when we talked about some of the things that people should be aware of and be mindful of when it comes to the pandemic. But then you wrote this amazing article for the Chicago Crusader, Gary Crusader, about some of the silver linings that come out of the pandemic from a financial standpoint. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to pop in and talk to you about it because there are people who are really chomping at the bit. It's getting summertime and they're like, how do I capitalize on the pandemic in my financial world? Mm-hmm. And so what are some of the things that you have seen and would recommend to us regarding the pandemic and what we can do financially?
Well, first and foremost, the recommendation would be that we all need to sit down and regroup with our finances. Mm-hmm. So I would tell everyone to first start with creating a statement of financial analysis or
statement of
financial position. Okay. And that is just a listing of all of your assets. Okay. Your liquid assets, your investment assets, mm-hmm. and your personal assets. Okay. And you want to do that so you know exactly what you have, as well as if you have been downsized from a previous employer, mm-hmm. and you're currently furloughed. This gives you the ability at this time to make sure that you have all of your finances in a dwelling that you can go to immediately. Okay. As well as putting all your finances together. Right. Opposed to having some over here to the left and some over here to the right. This gives you the opportunity to have an accountability of your finances that you have out there.
And I'm thinking if many of us who are sheltering in place or working from home, mm-hmm. we kind of have that time to go online and look at these different accounts that we may not have visited for a while or kind of forgot about, or having a conversation with your spouse, significant other about
what you have.
Okay.
And then you also want to list all your liabilities. What is it that you have out there that's outstanding? Mm-hmm. And the reason why that is so important is because of the fact by doing that, that gives you the opportunity to make sure that you are, although this is a moment where income is not coming in that at that high magnitude that it was prior, it gives you the opportunity to reach out to maybe some of your creditors, because in this time you do not want to destroy or damage your credit.
Your credit, yes. That makes all the sense in the world.
You need it.
Yes.
So,
and they're being a little bit more lenient in these times, so reaching out makes sense.
Reaching out makes sense.
Okay.
So that's the first thing that you want to do.
Okay.
And then as we move into new employment opportunities for those that have been furloughed or those that have been downsized. You just want to be very, I guess you could say, cautious in passing your information on and making sure, because like this one lady said that she heard this great idea and she jumped on it, and they said, okay, send us your date of birth. So she said, okay, I sent her my date of birth.
Red flag.
She said, then they asked for my social security number. She said the Delta, they asked me for so many things so quickly. And she said, and I went to type the information in, and all of a sudden she said, I said, wait a minute, don't hit send. She said, what employer asked you for that information? Online.
Yes.
So I tell everyone to please be very cautious about these new career ideas that you may hear in regards to the information that you pass on.
Now, with the positive angle to that, though, what I have seen with the advent of COVID-19 is that people who have lost their jobs are now creating their own jobs, meaning business ventures, entrepreneurship. What do you say about that?
And that is great, because that's their passion. And now they are forced.
Yeah.
And not only are they being forced, people are being very more cautious now, because they thought in the past it took a lot of money to support them on a monthly basis, and that's not true.
It's not.
So now they are setting money aside for their business venture, putting money into the business venture,
coming up with crazy ideas that meet the needs during COVID-19. I mean, who would have thought?
Yes.
Today I'm rocking my Urban League mask. Show yours.
Yes.
There's your Atled financial mask, which I'm going to need one. I'm saying it out there. I need one of those. But who would have thought there would have been a market for that? And I'll talk to you offline about investing in masks, investing in hand sanitizers, investing in glove companies. I mean, there are a lot of pandemic positives that you talk about in your article. What's some of the other ones that you see as financial positives?
Another one would be sitting with an advisor. This is the opportune time to sit with one. Now is the time that a lot of people say, is it fair or is it worthy for me to invest in the stock market right now, Delta? And the question becomes, I don't know. I can't speak right off the top of my head. The recommendation would be for you to sit with an advisor, and that, based on your risk tolerance, will determine what works best for you. But again, I say to everyone, get in front of an advisor, and if the advisor, after going over your information, says to you, yes, you're ready to invest in the market, this is the time, because everything in the market, they're at deep discount prices right now.
So last night, I love the home shows like HGTV and people hunting for houses. Although I'm not hunting for a house, it's like I feel like I'm on that journey with them when they're looking for their homes. And there was a couple who they sold their home so quickly. And this is a 2020 episode, so this was very recent. And so they were in temporary housing, so they had to hurry up and find housing because they put their house on the market on Thursday, and their house sold on Thursday. That same day. And so that was another indicator to me, right, from your article, that this pandemic has created a pretty robust housing market for people looking to buy and people looking to sell. Is that not something else to talk to your advisor about?
You should talk to your advisor about that. This is the time to purchase a home because interest rates are very low. And if you have all of the tools in place, your credit is hitting the mark that they're looking for, as well as your down payment, you have that, and your debt to income ratio, everything is falling into place. Yes, this is the ideal time for you to purchase a dwelling.
Right. That's a good pandemic positive. I know, we spend a lot of time watching the news, and it can be depressing when we talk about the death rate, and I'm not putting that to the side. That is very important, us protecting ourselves, wearing masks and things like that. But there has to be times where we look at, how do I find what's good in all of this? How do I find my financial way through all of this? We know that there's the higher unemployment rate that's just outrageous. But there, after reading your article, and if you haven't read it, go to ChicagoCrusader.com and check it out. But there are some opportunities for us to turn this ship around financially, because we won't be here forever, right?
No, we're not going to be here forever. But I tell people all the time, if you have a hobby, if you have a passion, if it is something that you feel, I can turn this into a business, that's my recommendation.
All right.
You can do it. You can do it.
Well, I definitely just wanted to stop by to check in with you. I'm actually rushing through this interview because I want to get off camera and talk about investment opportunities. I know you can't give stock tips and things like that. We don't do that because you have to come and you have to see my financial advisor. Yes, I will share her. We are at Atled Financial, and you're located right here in Schererville, Indiana. However, you are licensed in how many states, Delta?
19 states.
Y'all hear that? 19 states.
19 states. So you know, just give me a call. I know you have some questions. We're doing teleconference as well as Zoom appointments. And we're here to serve and to help our client base. And we work with individuals as well as small business owners. So give Atled a call. Check us out on Facebook as well as Twitter and Instagram. And our website is www.atledfinancial.com.
All right. Well, this has been Chelsea Whittington of WHITT PR, also a client of Delta Jones Walker, Atled Financial, LLC. Please follow us, follow her. If you want to get financially fit, and my two favorite words, debt-free, Delta Jones Walker is the person to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in to WHITT Sessions, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Delta.
All right. Take care. See you soon.